Okay, so I think I'm audible to all of you, and we will start as we have decided. So this is the first meet of Statistical Saturday Club, and we all know that the learning process is more fruitful if it is collective, and that is what the reason for this our club. So this is not only sessions. This is the club, so that we will encourage the collective learning. So that initially I will start with some ideas, some basic ideas, and then we all together can develop these ideas for the greater learning whole together. So this was first uh, reason to start this process. The another is why statistic. So the now in 21st century, as the generative AI and other AI tools are evolving, the world is changing very rapidly. The data is almost behind everything what product we are using. So now Google is only the data centered organization. Facebook, Meta, everything everywhere is data, and how best you are able to utilize that data is the key to harness that power of the data and make your life simple, easy, and successful. So that's why how you can learn the basic of the life cycle of the data, and also to learn with a problem solving approach. What is our traditional education system doing is, first they will teach the tools, the concept, they all bunch of concepts will be taught to you, and then when you are going to in the field or in your utilization will be not known that where to use that concepts. So we will simply just invert that process. We will start with the problem, then to solve that problem which tools are needed, that we can learn, and depend on that we will build the theory which is needed to solve that problem. So this was another approach to take the statistics, because many of us have learned some basics or advanced concepts of statistics, but we don't know that where exactly to utilize and how we can utilize that. So we will start doing this inwardly and learn some tools such as Excel, and in some up to some extent Python, to do this data analysis start, and also for the staying updated with the latest advancement which are there in the field of data analysis, not only data analysis but in overall in development sector, and the research, and also this artificial intelligence and other AI tools. So this was the purpose behind this whole club, and this is the first itself. It is a collective learning process. So everyone is again encouraged to share their own knowledge, their skills, and their tips and techniques for everyone's good. So what we will be covering here. So by name itself, we are clear that we will be focusing on the statistics. To be more precise, we will be focusing on the data. But to exactly to catch up the all ideas, we have given the name as a statistic. So we will be covering from basics to advanced Excel for preparing the data. Many a times we will get the data. So the basically the good format is the Excel, where it's easily available. We can do whole stuff, and it is graphical user interface is good. So we all know that. The second part we will cover the basic of statistics, the basics of statistics, the descriptive statistics, and then we will go to the inferential statistics, and then we will have some productivity tips for doing all this. In today's session, we will cover the data lifecycle, the various formats of data storage. I hope my screen is visible correctly. Someone can come from.
Okay.
Now is it
Okay,
okay?
then.
Okay. Just a minute. Someone just. Okay, so we will cover the data life cycle, various formats of data storage, introduction to Excel. Then we will see what is the function. Then we will look at how we can write the nested functions, or in Excel we call it as formulas. Then we will give the introduction, short introduction to the data types, various data types or variable types. Then we will look something in data cleaning, and then we will do into the data manipulation. In precise, we will look as today string manipulation. So first session will be the basics of data and Excel. So first, very precise, because we have very short time, and here I have given the URL for the source. You can go, even if you search the data lifecycle and Harvard Business School, it will come. So there are some 8 steps given, like generation of the data. So whatever we are doing every day on our Excel, WhatsApp, or anywhere, whatever we are doing, or we are talking, we are speaking, we are generating the data. But generating the data is not enough. How we collect that data? So now whenever we are talking some others, we can record that on your phone. The video recording is available. You can record only audio if you don't want the data related to video. Then if you don't have any digital tool, you can take the notes of it. But even that is not enough. We need to process that data. Sometimes unnecessary data will come. Whatever intended, your intention is there for that data collection, the unnecessary data will be also there, so without intention. So you can involve that, uh, clean that data, so processing can be done, so that the only data which is relevant to you, which is in good format or good shape. So many a times that is from unstructured data to structured data we are doing. And then there is a storage part, that how we can store that data, the management of data, so how you can take up the backup of data, how we can store or in multiple servers, how we can have the updates without disturbing the other datas and data sheets. That is the management part. Then there is analysis part, so we can have some basic analysis which called as EDA, exploratory data analysis, or we can have some advanced data analytics for giving the inferences or solving the real time real life problems. Then there will be visualization problem part. So that is to understand whatever the analysis we have did, or the inferences we have interrupted from the data, that we can visualize for the better understanding. And last is the interpretation of the data. So I think this is the very basic overview, but we can have as a good foundation. So initial first to 10 minutes, I thought that it will be good if I give the small overview. Now I would like, we will move to the real Excel part. So that first we will start with the Excel. So we will cover some basic Excel part. It will be better if you have your own laptops available. So you, if you do alongside me, then it will get much mature learning. So that I would highly encourage all of you that you can shift to open your laptops, and we will now move to the next part of. Okay, so before that, going into that, what are the data storage formats you are familiar with? So anybody can answer this, so that we will move to the Excel. The question is clear, that data storage formats. What are the all ways that you will share the formats? Anyone want to guess? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
The data storage formats, by here I mean that where all can we store the data. See, we can simply draw a diagram. We can simply take a notes. We can store our data in our memory card and digital storage. And there will be so many formats. You can make a table. You can make it. Suppose we have created historical line. If you, those who are student from TDA, would know that the historical timeline is one of the data format. So the reason to give this example here, we can store data in multiple formats, but Excel is for storing data in two dimensional ways, that is rows and columns. So that we will look first, and then we will move forward. So that is the main intention here, and we will go to the Excel part. I hope my Excel is now available. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So as I said, this is the basic version of Excel. It is 2007. So anyone who is using the Excel might not have the version below it. It's a very basic version, but just I want to give the overview of it. Basically, we are having here the columns, and there is rows. I will come to that later. And most of the our control parts are here, and there are some tabs like home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, etc. We will cover everything is that, but main important thing is that wherever there is cell, that is your data part. So there you will store, either store or work with data, and above panels are there which you will either format, or you will see the extra utilities for the formatting of the data. This is a basic understanding. If you know, then that much is enough to learn the data or any part. For our own constraint, for this session, I will not use the Excel. I will use the our Google Sheets, where the format or this layout might be little change, but this is the basic understanding that the whatever cells you are looking, that A1, A2, B1, B2, the cells will be there as a storage for the data, and above part it is the panels which you can interact with that, or some adding additional utilities will be there for that. So I will move to the Google Sheets, and then we will have some basics of it. And I think now it is visible. So I will just go to the this only cells. I will just show you. Okay. Now is it visible? Thank you, Manish. Now please have a look at it. Many times we have used Excel, but we have not might not thought about it. The exact way to look at this is that the every row, whatever a row we will see, is supposed as the record or the object. We will see here is the object, and every column is the attribute of that object. So here if you take the first three columns, anyone can tell what is the object here I want to store. The heading I have given as roll number, first name and last name. Can you say what is the object here I want to store? Yes, please be interactive. Okay, Manish is saying numbers. You can make use of chat box also. Anyone? Is my question is clear?
You can repeat the question.
The question here is that the we store the data in Excel like this format. Now I'm selected. I have selected. The object is the row. For each row, we will select one object, and we will have the attribute of that object. So the properties of that object. So now here I will give you example first. Suppose the object I want to save, it is car. Then the first attribute I will share as a color. Then I will share the size, that how many people can accommodate. Then I will share that the what is the price of that car. So now here there is, I have given some attributes, roll number, first name, and last name. What is the object which I am trying to save at the store?
Students.
Yes. So that's right. So here I need not to say that this is a student. Here I said that this is car, this is red and etc. But even if I delete this car and I have here the model number of a card, so that every row will have the unique ID. That now most of the times we are using the serial number as a ID. So that is there as a key for that every record. So best practice is that in one row, whatever data you are storing should be related to the one object. So now suppose you are storing the data about the student, then you can share in this same sheet. Whenever you are changing the object, suppose you are storing the data, all data related to the exam, it is better that you create the another sheet and save that data. Okay, so that was the only basic thing I want to give. So that's why I shared this, that please keep in mind, in each column you keep the only one attribute of the object. If you want to save the data about more than one object, then you can share it in another cells or another sheet. The second one is that, just a very high level overview, that how the Excel stores the data. So if you have come across the variable part, you know the variable is that which value keeps changing. So here every box is actually a variable. Those who have exposure to the programming or etc will say, and it will be shared like value like this. Suppose I enter the A1 cell 121, it will be stored as the 121. A1 is equal to 121, and here B2 is equal to whatever, and C4 is equal to some date format, etc. Is it clear? Please at least say yes or no.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
I'm covering most of the theory parts. I know that it is very boring part, but once you know this theory part very well, when we will start really working with the data, it will be much more interesting. So we'll start really working with data with the cell reference. Okay, so this is my first problem, that I am having some data. So here is a name, person is that Ayush, Aditi, Aditya. This all three people are there, and I have the another number of chocolates they are having. This is the number of chocolate, and I want the share of that chocolate. So I just want to know in this forum, anyone who is very new to the Excel and even don't know the sum function. Anyone is there? Please raise their hands, or even you can share so that I can give the. Anyone who is very new to Excel, even have not used the sum function. Anyone is there? I assume that there is no one such a person here. Okay, just for call. If anyone is there, please contact me separately. Okay. So first here, I want to know that how many total number of chocolates all three persons together are having. How can I calculate that? Will you please share anyone? My question is clear?
We can do some. Hello.
Yes, yes, Aditi. We can do
We
first.
can do we can do some, or we can click on the cell, and in right side also we can see the total number.
Okay, so first is very shortcut is that we can select this all, and here is a sum in a right down corner. I think it is not visible. Okay, so right down corner it is sum in green. Correct, na, Aditi?
Yeah, yeah.
And how to write the formula?
We can write is equal to sum. That
Is
formula
equal
also we
to
can use.
sum. Then I will open the
First bracket.
braces. Then I will select the data which I want to sum. Then I will close the bracket. Okay. So I'll get
Yeah.
168.
Yes.
Now I have right click in this cell and I have created copy. Okay. I am going to here in E5 cell. I have right clicked here and I am going to click on paste. What will be the value being pasted in cell number E5. Got my question? I have come here.
No, please repeat once again.
Okay, for everyone. I have come here. Now here we are very clear. We have written a formula that is equal to sum B2 to B4. We have selected this data. Now I have come to this cell B5 where we have written the data, correct? Then I clicked right click, copy. So I have copied it. I can do in shortcut also. I did for everyone purpose. Copy, and I come to here E5 cell, right click and paste. What will be pasted in E5? What will be the value after I click paste? Anyone can give the answer.
One
I think
second.
it will be error. Error it will be.
I
Everyone is
think
saying
formula will
error.
become.
Okay, Bharati is saying that formula will be coming. Anyone else?
It will give error. Error it will give.
That's why I said that even people, you can open your laptop, it's available, and try it in your case also. Just I will do not spare much time on this. I'll just right click and paste. It will be coming 0. Why this 0 is coming? So this is what we are going to learn. It's called as a cell reference. So whenever we have copied this formula here and pasted here, I have just copied the cell. But whenever I'm pasting, the default behavior of the cell is that whenever you come to the cell paste special, there is some other functions also, that value only, format only, formula only. So the default behavior in Excel and Google Sheets, anywhere you use, it is formula only. So it will copy the formula. But here what is the formula? Sum B2 to B4. Then how it is changed to the sum of E2 to the E4? Because see, this data is saved as a relative reference. What is the relative reference? That whenever I am doing sum here, copy the adjacent 3 cells and give me the sum. So here it comes relatively that I want to copy this only these 3 cells above me and give the value in last cell. That's why E2 to E4 has been selected, changed, and formula came as sum of E2 to E4. But now I will do some trick here. I will change here and make dollar $B2, I will say, and dollar $B4. Okay, for everyone's sake, is it visible? B2 to B4, sum of B2 to B4. Okay, now I am doing again C, control C, and now I am again coming to E5, right click and paste. What will be the answer? My question is clear. Akshay is saying 168. Kram is saying right answer. Okay. Anything else? Anyone is having doubt that Aditi Khan left? Okay. Anyone?
No, Aditi is there
Oh,
from
sorry.
another device.
Okay. Sorry. So, anyone is another guest? And my guess is that it will again come to the 0. Let's check. I'm again going here. This formula is $B2V4, and I just copy, and I'm again going to right click and paste. Oh, now it's coming correct. That 138. But what if I remove this and I put dollar in front of 2 and 4? And if I again copy and paste, again it will come 0. If I do here again only for B, and if I copy and paste, uh, suppose I paste in E9, again it is coming 0. So now again I am having dollar $B2 B4. Here I am having dollar B2, sorry, B dollar 2 B dollar 4. So why this is happening? And the reason here is very simple, is that whenever you are saying that dollar $B2 dollar $B4, it is saying that I will not change the B. So B is now constant. Okay. So now I copied this formula and paste in same row, the same row, fifth row, I paste. So what is happening? Here it is saying B will not change. So B is okay. The adjacent three cells is that 2, 3, 4. So I will add B2, B3, B4. But same formula I copied and pasted below it at E9 cell, pasted, it is coming 0. Why? Because here B is okay, but adjacent three cells are 6, 7 and 8. That's why this formula is not working. Okay, because these cells, these orange cells, now you can see, are getting shifted. Here in this case, when we are keeping dollar okay, B is okay, and also in the same row we are, that's why this answer is getting correct. So most of the cases when we are using formula, we don't know that we are using the relative reference or we are using the absolute reference, but many other times we are using the relative reference. Now here I want to show you the absolute reference where it is required. Now I want that how many percentage of chocolates Ayush have, how many percent Aditya have, how many percent Aditya have. How can I do it here in C2, C3, C4? I want the percentage of chocolates Ayush is having, Aditya is having, Aditya is having. How can I do that? Please be active because it's 9:30 already. We want to go very far away to that cell. Anyone want to give the try?
We can calculate the percentage, no?
But how? What will be the formula? Or what will be the process? I want to calculate here
But,
C2. Yes,
that I use number divided by sum into 100.
correct. So
That
this is equal
formula.
to this B2 divided by B5, correct? Into
Yes.
100, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So this is correct answer, that we know, all know that the total, so whatever individual is there divided by the total into 100 will give us the total percentage of the share is having. But what I did, I just drag down below, correct na? To calculate the
Yeah.
percentage, I will just drop down, and now you see there is error which is saying that divided by 0. If you do in your Excel also, the problem, same problem will come. Now why the problem is coming? The same principle which we have seen, I will just do here. Everyone, you are having, if you are using Excel, in the formula tab you are having one feature called show formula. In here at Google Sheets, it is at view. So view, you can click on show and formula. So now this, the cell is not showing the real value, it's showing the formula what we are using. Now when we have dragged it, now here we have used this formula. Here we are using this formula. Where we, when we have dragged it, you can see that B2 correctly changed to the B2, B3, B4. But what has happened? This B5, which we want the constant in everywhere, that has been changed. So this is the problem is coming because the relative reference it has taken, so that it is dragging down the B2, B4, B5, V5, V6, B7, this they have taken as a relative reference. So what we have to do, that we will update a formula to the $B5, $B, $5. Why I am doing that? I will just click to the $B, and now when I will drag here this side, you can again see that this C2 is changing. Got my point? Because this B is okay, because we have kept it same, C2 is changing. So that's why not only with B5, I will also give to the $sign to the 5. And now whenever I am dragging down, you can see the formulas. Everywhere B5 has been not changed. B2, B3, B4 correctly, B5, B5, B5. Now again, when I will go to the show bar and I will close the formula view, the exact the percentage have came, and how we can re-ensure that it is correct. You just select all, and here you can see that sum is 100. So that our answer is correct, that these all our percentage are correct. So this was all about the relative references and absolute cell references. So be careful when you are using the formulas, especially if you are using some advanced formulas. This will come very handy to you, this knowledge. So this is more important part here. Another part, now we will move to the data types because we have a very less time. Uh, Quickly, if you say, I'm going to type here, I will open the formula view. Everyone is compatible with formula view, or any problem is there? Here I will write the formula sum of A2 to A8. Okay, what will be the answer? I don't want the exact number. I want what will be the answer. The process here, the all will be added together. Sum will be shown, like here 331 should come here. Correct? Am I right?
Yes.
It's correct. Now I am dragging this to this cell. Are you getting my point? You see my cursor? I am dragging this to this cell. Another set of numbers I am having. What you are expecting? What will be the answer here? Will it be sum or any other thing? Those who are saying that yes, it will be the sum of this number. Akshay is saying that it will be sum. Any other person having another option that it will not be the sum? Anyone saying? Okay. So all people are saying it will be sum. I have just dragged off here, and you can see it is coming 0. My God, why this is happening? When I dragged, I will check the formula, and formula is saying that sum B2 to B8. Sum B2 to B8. So formula is correct. Answer is wrong. Why? क्या हो गया इसको? What is the problem? What do you think is the problem? Why the answer is coming with 0? I want uh, many of us, those who know the Excel aptitude. Okay, actually, you have read the correctly the data type. So Akshay is guessing correct. Here the sheet name itself is data type. So here the problem is data type. Now even if I select this all tabs, you see here the sum is not coming. It is coming count 7. And the reason behind it is that if I select this all and then I will open my tab, here the format tab is there. I will just convert it into the, this was already plain text. So I have these numbers saved as a text. So this is just text and not a number. So it is similar for them for having A, B, E, D. And a very simple way to you see that it is the text or that it will start from the left side. Number will come at a right side, right aligned. Text will be left aligned. For your misconception, I have genuinely formatted, intentionally formatted is a right side. So there will be no sum formula of A, B, C. That's why this is not coming as a sum. But when I will change this now to the number, and now you can see that sum is correctly coming to the 330. Okay, so data types are important. So especially when you are storing the account numbers, see there are many data types. Important ones are date, because other data types we all know and we can do very well with that. So especially the important data type is date, and in that case we will learn later how to deal with data, because we don't need much time. So that we will deal with data types in upcoming sessions in detail. I will just go simply, and it's a basic overview of what is a function. Those who have background of science, those who have completed 12th science, can give me the definition what is the function, or even not definition, intuition also will be fine, that what is the function, what it does. Because whatever we are using now, so suppose we have used some function, so that is a function. It is doing something, it is taking something, giving output. So what is the function? because to save time, I will myself will explain. The function is something which takes the input. Here f of x, you might have studied very well that f of x is equal to x square. Here I have taken 2x or x into 2. So the function is that something takes as input, then process it. What is the process? Take the input, whatever x is, multiply it into 2 and return that. So if for this function, we will calculate for these 4 values. For 1, what will be the output of this function? It will come 2. Because the function input is 1, 1 into 2, 1. Then 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 3 into 2 is equal to 6. 4 into 2 is equal to 8. This is a basic mathematics, but this is the foundation for whole Excel. And when we will use the multiple functions inside the one formula, that time we are creating the formulas. So it is just more than okay. So now we know that basically, if I am doing here, I guess my cell is visible. I will zoom it a little bit. So now here I am writing something is equal to, and is equal to will evaluate that cell. So like I will do arithmetic 3 into 4, it will give me to 12. This is like simple bench calculator where it will do everything. Now if I write 3 into 4 plus 1 divided by 1, so what will be the output? So here output is saving itself. For just saving time, I will show you that the output is not like something 3 into 5, 15 divided by 1, 15 will not come. It will divide first, do the multiplication and divide part, then it will do the addition. That's why 1 divided by 1 and 3 divided by 2, 40, 12 will be added, and our answer will come as a 30. So what if there, if I write like this, 3 into 4, just the same formula, but I'm adding now plus 1 divided by 1. This was our initial. I have just added the braces around the 4 plus 1. Now what will be the answer? Be with me. The answer will be 15.
15.
Yes, correct. So the 15 will be answer. What is the reason? This braces are evaluated first. Correct? Then the multiplication part has been done. Then divide part has been taken care. So this will be the same in terms of functions. Okay, so when I'm taking here, we know that all know the count function. If you don't know, please don't worry about it, we will teach you later. We know the sum function, correct? Sum here, inside the sum function I'm writing another function like count, and then I am selecting this all parameters, then I'm closing that places, then I'm giving comma, then I'm again writing count function, then I'm selecting this ranges, putting it, then I'm closing it. Are you able to see the formula? Everyone, please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now I want to give you answer.
Yes, yes.
Yes. What will be the output of D6? Those who don't know the count function, let it be. There is nothing worry about it. I will just simply that count will just count number of values which have been selected in our range. So now here we have selected 4 values. Here you can see 2, 4, 6, 8. So it will return 4. Here we have selected 4 values. It will return 4. So I have nested it inside the sum function. So what will be the output? Anyone can guess. 8 and 16. Which one is correct? Akshay is saying 8 and 16.
8.
8. So Omkar sir is saying 8. Any other case? 8. Okay. Again Akshay. So 2 values for 8. Correct. So it will be giving 8. And what is the reason? So this first function is evaluated. Then this function has been evaluated. On the same level functions are evaluated. Then only the sum function has been evaluated. Okay. So there is hierarchy of functions. Whatever functions, it is like a stack. So the function which gets into the opened last, or the braces is opened last, it will close first. The inside function will evolve first, then whatever on the same level will be evolved first, then whatever is the outer level will evolve first. To visualize that, I will just simply write here. Now what is happened that we will just merge this cell. So this was the our sum function sitting at above level. Below that level on the same time there was count. Two times count function was there. This was our hierarchy. So first this count has been evaluated, then this count has been evaluated. The options, whatever the output is there, has been given to the sum function. This output has been given sum function, and that output has came here. Am I clear? So now everyone is clear about the output.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes. Now we will come very interesting part, and that is that what we are saying, that we are not traditional. We start learning the Excel with the problems. And this is our first problem which you will see in the real time. I hope my screen is now visible. So even if you see one row, that is enough. Here is the problem, that there is first full name has been given. I want the first name, middle name and last name. I don't want this data. This is called as unstructured data because there is no structure. You cannot work with this data very efficiently. That's why it's called as unstructured data. So I want this data to be structured with this first name, middle name and last name. How can I do it? Any raw ideas those who have can be shared. What are the problems with this data, that also can be shared. I will just before you start thinking about it, I will just give you some overview of what are the steps to solve the problem with Excel. So there is some problem solving steps are different, you know, all this. Even the case solving steps, 8 state case analysis, you know, that is also correct with the general problem. You can use that also, but here it's a very basic, that when you are trying to solve any problem with Excel, because already you are having the data, the first one is that identify the pattern. Before what you are going to do, what is the pattern is there, then you derive the steps to solve problem on paper, or many a times we will do it in our mind. But to be very clear, in initial period, if you do on a notebook or somewhere else, but because it is one step at a time, you should not do many times together. Then they translate that steps into the Excel. And the fourth one is optimize the solution. That is not simple problems, but when it comes to the bigger problem, you can do that. So now here is the problem. If anyone is having idea or identify the pattern or how to solve it, those who already know it, don't worry about it. But those who don't know can share that. How can I? We will take first problem first. That how to extract the first name from this all three names given in this section. Please give your thoughts. Then only it will be very good learning process. Especially the our TDS students, those who are currently in TDS. How to do it? Those who know how to do it can raise their hands. So we will ask them later. They can ask later. Any ideas? Anything? If you know, at least say that I know that. Otherwise, you give the solution. No idea. Okay, okay, Bharti, no problem. Manish has no idea. Okay, okay, no problem.
Maybe there should be numbers, I guess.
Numbers for
For data analysis, numbers should be there, I guess.
okay. Marjina is saying something. Numbers should be there. No, I want Marjina. There is first name, middle name, last name given in one single cell. I want only the first name. How to do that? Okay. you can think, you keep continuing this process. I will just for demonstration purpose, I'll just go to the model solution, that how to identify this pattern. So if you look carefully to this name, there are some spaces before, some spaces are before the name, there are some spaces in between, and there are some more spaces in between, correct? And there are some spaces might be at the end. So the first is that identifying the pattern. The pattern is that zero or more spaces, then first name, then at least one space, then middle name, then at least one space and last name. Okay. So we need to, what we need to do, identify the first space after the first name and extract everything before it. Then we will use the find to search the space and then extract everything from that to left. And the problem here, what is problem? Extra spaces. So many a times you will see such an input. Have you come across such input in your day-to-day life? Because many a times what will happen when we are typing the name, we will by mistakenly will add extra space after it, in between it, or before it. This happens many a times. Correct? So how to know that how many spaces, extra spaces are there or not? So simple trick here, we will introduce the first formula to the know the length of that string. We use the len formula, Len. Okay, so len of this text will tell us the length of this name. So actually what you are seeing here, there are only 5 plus 7, so there are only 12 characters in my name. In between there is one space, so if I consider that space it comes 13. But now how come it is coming 16? Because there are some extra space. If I remove this extra space, again it is coming 13. So now it is correct, isn't it? Please remember that even the extra space, you don't see anything here, but I drag the same formula below it, it will show this one character is there in this cell. The data is being saved. Something data is being saved. It is not printable, it is not visible on the screen. There is one space is there. That's why it is coming 1. So the space is a character. You please remember that in Excel, space is a character. But if it is all over here, I cannot remove by hand this all the spaces. So do anyone know the formula for it? How to remove these extra spaces first? Just for time being, I will tell you that there is formula called trim. If you use that formula, it will just remove that unnecessary spaces. Now you see there are some many more spaces, but now there is only one space, single space in between this Arav Singh Chavan. There is only one space is remained. And which function I have used? The trim function. What the trim function does? The trim function removes the extra spaces in between the data, which might be the problematic for your problem solving, which might create some wrong answers. Most of the cases, if you have dealt with something called IFSC code, many a times it will be like code like this. This code will be like coming. This will be showing the 12 digit many a times, and we don't know, we if we check everyone here it is 11 digit, and we don't know why it is coming 11, because IFSC code should be ideally 11 digit number. And the simply reason is that we have added one extra space at the end of the text. That's why it is coming 11 digit. This is the real time problem you will face. So it's better whenever you are starting or using the formula, I will just repeat the same process. whenever I'm using the len formula, I will use the trim formula before it. Now, even if I have given some extra spaces before it or after it, the function will remove those spaces and will give me the exact answer which I want. The exact number of characters are there in this cell. Okay. So we will use same formula before to process all the names, and that we can do with the trim. And I will double click it here so that it will be dragged. All 105, I think, 6 names are there, dragged. So now what I will do, I will just copy this whole. And if you want to select such a long text, you can use the control shift and down arrow that you can use. Then I will copy it with control C. I will copied it. I will come in the first cell of where I want to paste, start pasting, and I will paste this as a right click, paste special as a values only. So it will not paste my formula, it will just only paste whatever values I am able to see. Here values I am able to see now. Here this formula will not be pasted, so there will be no problem with the cell reference. Even if I do, I will just right click, go here, and I will do paste, and you see that there is a reference error because this cell is referring this cell and this cell is referring this cell, which gives the problem. So that's why when you will control shift and down arrow, control C, you will select whole your text, and then you can go right click, paste special and the values only, and the same thing you can do with control shift and V. Now we don't know this calculated values, I will just remove it. So this is called as a data cleaning. Before you start any analysis, you need to clean the data, then it becomes the usable. And now our format has been changed. What is the format? Now the format is first name, one space, first name. Okay, and we will solve this problem with the approach that we will find out the first space over here, and then whatever to the left, from left side, whatever it is there, we will extract that. So how to identify the space? That is the problem. So now we will solve this problem only for one problem in this here, this step. So here my first name and last name has been given only for, we will do for two, not all three. We can add here actually just for three names also. So first we will find out the length of whole text. And how we will find out it? Anyone can tell me? We'll use the len formula to calculate the length of whole text. Then we will find the second thing we will do. We are doing very intelligent work. Okay, we want whatever from the left side, we want from left these characters only, the 5 characters only. So we'll find out the space position is equal to find. So there is formula called find, and we will search for the space, and we will find in this text the formula. Anyone is having problem with this? Do you know the come to know the formula? Okay, Len Akshay is very typing. Okay, whatever the space position is there, we have identified. Then we will identify the length of surname rather than we want to extract the first name. So how to identify the length of the first name? How to identify the length of the first name? This is 1, 2, sorry. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 name, and this character space is the 6th name. So the length of my first name would be is equal to this minus 1. Correct? Are you getting my point? How I found out the first name? And now I want only the first name. So I will start extracting the text from left. And how to do it? With a formula. It's called left. So from left, So here it is coming the help. So substring from beginning of the specified string. So the substring from the beginning here, and we can specify the how many, this is a string, how many number of characters we want, and we want the first 5 characters to be extracted. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone explain me the process from TDA or TDA alumni? The last one, okay. The last one we have used the left function. We have used this left function. For your sake, I will just view the formulas. So now here I have used, the first one is that I have used len, then I have used the find to space the find position. Len of first name I have identified using the whatever the space position is there -1. Then I used left formula. Left, the formula is there which can extract whatever number. Suppose here arrow sing, I want to extract only double A. So whatever the first two names I want to extract, so I will use is equal to left. Then I will select the string. This is the string. And I will select 2 characters I want to only extract. So only double A has been extracted. If I drag down, here also has been Arohi, it has been extracted. If I remove the whole, so only Patel PA has been extracted. That is the left formula. Left formula is counting how many characters I want to extract, I want to get from the left side, from the beginning of the text. So from beginning, my first name length is 5 characters because I have identified first space is coming at a 6th position. So I will extract 5 characters. So I have used here the left formula, which is extracting the 5 positions. Now can I explain me the whole process? How can I do the extraction of the first name? We are out of time. Is everyone clear? I'll just check. Okay, Manish is clear. Akshay is also saying it's okay. Marjina, Aditi, Sunita, Bharati, Vijay. Are you all clear about this?
In find space position, how it is coming 6?
Ah, yes. So that's what I want, so that I can explain very clearly. Here, if you take this name, is it visible? Mayur Kharade. So, if you start looking from the first position, this is the first character, Yam, correct? Then second position is A, third is Y, fourth character is U. I am highlighting with blue. Then the fifth character is R. Sixth character, are you able to see? I have selected one blank space. That is my sixth character. So our find function will capture the first occurrence. It will start beginning looking from the left side. Whenever it finds, it will give the position. If it is not, it will throw an error. Okay. So it will start looking from the left. So first character is Yam. Then it looked second. It is A, but it is not space. Then it looked third. It is not space. Then it looked fourth. It's U, not space. So cancel. Then it went fifth character. It's R. The sixth character it looked, and it is space, which is matching with whatever we have given to search. So it has returned the number 6 for function. So this is why I said the function is that something it takes, this is called arguments. So it takes as input this text and this space and returns something. So it has processed, looked into each and each character and returned as the position as number of 6. Okay, that's why it is returning 6. Now you clear about the find? Shall I will demonstrate you here. C3, we will find what is the number of character I in this Arav Singh Chavan position. And what should it return? It should return this first A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there are double space. So 6, 7, 8 and 9. So whenever we are searching I in this text is equal to find what we want to find, it should be given in double quotes. Okay, why it is in double quotes? Because uh, when we go give it in double quotes, it's suppose it knows that it is string and not function. Otherwise what can happen, there another function with the name of I you can invoke. So leave it just to give it in double quote. And what in which text we have to search Arav Singh Chavan. Then I will close the parenthesis and you will see that the 9 is coming correctly because it has searched first A, Arav, etc. Now everyone is clear about the find function. Is everyone is clear about find function? Marjana?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, so now what we will do as a last step, I hope that everyone is clear about it. So we'll just write one function which will combine all these steps. So now we know we don't need the 17. So we only need this sixth one and this one. We will combine this whole and we will write in single cell, in output cell, we will write the function which will give us the output of first name. So here we will come to the directly the problem statement. Here I want the first name. So I will write is equal to, then I will, what I have to do, I have to use last, whatever function we are going to use last in stepwise problem. Here whichever step we are taking as a last step, this one here we have deleted, this formula will be the first formula. Then what it is referencing, what is the input for this function, the D8 and A8. A8 is our text, so no problem about that, but it is dependent on D8. Then we will come to the D8. What is the D8? D8 is depending on C8. Okay, on what C8 is depending, C8 is actually a function which is saying that find number of text at A8, and that will become our first argument for our first function. It will be first time it will be very difficult to understand. I will demonstrate you. Is equal to, first I will say the left. I want to say the left of this, but how many number of characters? I can simply say 5, but it is not correct, because if I say 5 it is coming correct, but if I go down, it's Arohi, only Arohi is coming. For Ashish is only Ashi is coming. That means that it is only extracting 5 characters. That I don't want. I want to know what is the length of first name and how I can do that. So instead of writing hard coding it as a 5, I will write it at find. In the find, I will search for the space. Where I will search space? In this. Okay. And then I will minus 1 from that, because I will just show you what is happening. Now you see that arrow S is coming. Why this S is coming? Because whenever you are finding the space, it is coming 6. So 6 characters from first it is extracting. Got my point? So that's why I need to here do minus 1. And now when I will do minus 1, it will come automatically correct. And if I double click in the right side arrow, I will get the first search. What is the problem here? There is something problem in our code. So like this, the problem might come. See here, so our problem has went wrong. So it's very important to debug it. How you can debug? Whatever the function is there, find a9, you can use it. You can use the find function again for this space in this format. So it is coming 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. It's correct. So seventh character left. So sixth character it should 9. What is the reason to come the 9? Okay, okay, okay. Actually, I have given the wrong number. I have given the 9. Actually, it should be A4. It is searching here in Akanksha. I have given the wrong. That's why here it is coming 9 and here it is coming 7. So what I will just change here, my problem, it's my mistake, typing mistake. So now its problem is clear. A8 instead of A8 I should type A3. Now I will just control C and paste control V. Okay. So many a times there will be problem which you want to need to debug. So that first name is available. I hope everyone is clear about it. Anyone having any doubts? We'll take some. Because we have already spent our time.
Mayur,
Yes, Adi.
is it possible to share that all formula in written format, because there are sometimes network issues, so it is not
Yes.
possible to
No.
remember
What
all these formula.
Aditi, for you, what we have did, I will just show you the it's. So I will share you with this the today's notes, whatever we have learned. So what functions we have learned, that also these functions I have not taken because of time being, that you can learn, and this what we have to check, and stepwise process of farming building. Here I have given everything, and there are 3 problems also I have given. That what is the extract, so you can try out, you practice on your own. So here you have to use the middle name using the mid formula, so that also I will just share. And here you want to give this apply knowledge for real time, many a times we will get this. So I will share this sheet with all of you, so that you will get these notes and the problems to practice. So no worry about it.
Okay. That's good.
Anything else? Any doubt? Okay, so we have already passed our time. So this was our first session. So most of the time went on the basic philosophy of Excel, etc. But you can give the feedback on our group, so that I will also know, or other you can give personally to me, so that once we finish the Excel for some problems, then we will move to the statistics part, which is more interesting. So first some weeks we will clear our Excel part. So then we will come very handy on Excel. Then we will move on the statistic part from very basic ideas like mean, mode, median, that ideas, but how we can directly implement that. So this was what the plan, and I will try to share this our whole part, that how we will cover each thing in detail. So I will try to share the lesson plan for each to you. Thanks for being here. Please give the feedback, and I will just collect the. Oh, thank you. I will just collect the when Google form will be shared. You please enter your email names for those, or like my batchmates and etc. I'm having all these numbers, but for these juniors and others, so we will collect the email IDs. So I will share this upcoming this all, because here once I invite you all for the Google Meet also, I need not again do this add one, admit etc. So once I will collect these email IDs, and then we will proceeding next sessions will be gone very smoothly. So thank you for